I mean, guys, let's be honest. This whole shenanigan that is taking place in Stilfontein has turned this country into a joke. I am sure some of the people that are looking from the outside, the people that are following this story, maybe from Botswana, Namibia, and so on, looking at what is happening in this country, I am sure these people are saying that the South African government, it is a joke. These people are pathetic. Where is the political will to actually fight the crime? Where is the political will from the South African government to actually fight the crime? Because if you actually follow this story is insane. How is it possible that people who decided to go into the shaft by themselves ended up making the demands to the government and the South African courts, forcing the government to bend the knee to the people that are actually committing the crimes? Because you remember when this whole thing started, Khumbudzo Ntshavheni, the minister in the presidency, she came out to say that no, the South African government is not going to help those people. These people are committing crimes. We are going to smoke these people out. The whole country was happy to say that, yeah, finally, our government has the balls. The police went there and they formed a blockade to say that we are not going to give these people any suppliers because we want these people to come out. And the South African courts said that, no, you guys, what you are doing, you are abusing these people. You don't have the right to actually form the blockade there. You must get rid of that blockade and actually give these people suppliers. These people started making the demands, and some of the demands they started making, they were ridiculous. Do you remember before the South African government decided to take millions of taxpayers' money to go there and rescue these people? Some of these miners, they were making ridiculous demands, talking about, no, we want fish, we want cool beans, we want omo, and ridiculous stuff. Ridiculous stuff. And there is no way that the South African government could say no, because the courts were there to ensure that the South African government bends the knee to these people that are actually committing the crimes. And it is more insane because the mainstream media in this country basically gave some of the organizations that are representing these people so much airtime on television to insult the South Africans, to insult the South African government and the taxpayers. They gave them so much airtime. They gave them so much airtime. I mean, right now, as we speak, the South African government said, okay, it is fine. You guys want us to bend the knee to the criminals. We are going to bend the knee to the criminals. We are going to take millions and millions of rands and actually start an operation and retrieve these people from that shaft. Now that the South African government is doing that, the organizations are saying, okay, it is time to sue the South African government because it is their fault that some of these miners actually died in that shaft. I mean, like, this whole thing is like a movie script, man. It's like a movie script. Because right now, they are saying that, no, those people, they deserve to be compensated. The South African government, they need to pay because it is their fault that those people starved. You remember, yeah, the South African police blocked the suppliers blocked the suppliers for these people. So it is their fault too that those people actually died underground. They don't even take into consideration the statement of the South African police to say that some of the kingpins underground, they are the ones that were actually in charge of distributing the food. So many of these people died because of hunger. So we could say that these kingpins are the ones that are responsible for some of these people dying, because most of these people died of hunger, and we know that they were given a lot of food, but these people are the ones that are controlling the distribution of food. But no, these organizations are saying, no, we don't want to hear that it is the fault of the South African government and we are taking these people to court. We are taking these people to court. I mean, like, it is insane. It is insane. I mean, like, even this whole thing that happened yesterday, when I heard about this report, man, I remember I laughed so much.
Police are searching for an alleged illegal mining kingpin arrested in Stilfontein in the northwest. James Neo Twaedi, popularly known as Tiger, is believed to have escaped from custody allegedly with the help of officers. Police are pleading with the public to come forward with information about his whereabouts.
So I can confirm that since we learned about this particular incident, we have mobilized maximum resources to try and find this particular suspect and kingpin. We know he is dangerous.
I'm like, this whole thing, it is a joke. The police basically allowed these people to go, allowed this person to go. and they released this person and say, run away. After this person ran away, they went out to the media to say that, no, we are looking for such and such. We are looking for such and such. We know for a fact that the South African government actually aided this person to run away. They aided this person to run away. So it was surprising to me to hear that the same South African Police Service is actually looking for the person they've actually allowed to run away. I mean, like, this is a joke. I'm telling you, this is a joke. And this whole thing actually proves that there is going to be another Stilfontein. There's going to be another Stilfontein. I remember on the last update I did about Stilfontein, I did say that those illegal miners in Stilfontein, they've actually won a war against the government because they were able to make the South African government bend the knee to their demands. So there is going to be another Stilfontein. Whether we like it or not, there is going to be another Stilfontein. We are going to hear of another illegal miners being trapped, supposedly trapped somewhere. And the South African government will have to give these people suppliers and will have to give them everything. They are people that are going to come out dead, and the organizations are going to sue the government again and actually accuse them of being the ones that are responsible of those people dying. This, like, they've won. The criminals have basically won because the South African Constitution basically decided to go against the people of this country. They've decided to go against the people of this country. So this whole reporting, it is a joke. It just shows you how pathetic we are as the country. It just shows you how pathetic our government it is. The fact that they are even catching some of these kingpins and letting them go and running to the media to say that, no, we are looking for Thomas Mabaso. We caught Thomas Mabaso for 2 hours and now we are looking for Thomas Mabaso. It is a joke. It is a joke. So this whole debate has actually poured into our politics because some of the politicians in this country have started to speak about what is happening in this country. So one of the people that are very vocal about the illegal foreigners in this country, it is Kunene, the deputy president of Patriotic Alliance. We know that Patriotic Alliance, they've actually built their name from talking about illegal foreigners and how important it is that South Africa gets rid of these illegal foreigners. So there is a post that Kunene made on social media, and this post has basically made a lot of people very angry. He said that this is the chilling fate that awaits all illegal miners, robbing South Africans of their natural resources and wealth when the Patriotic Alliance takes over the government. So he basically shows the sheep being skinned and hanged and say that this is the fate that awaits all the illegal miners, robbing South Africans of their natural resources and wealth when Patriotic Alliance takes the government. So he says that this is what is going to happen to the illegal foreigners that are stealing from South Africa when Patriotic Alliance comes into government. So a lot of people were not happy about the utterances of Kunene. I remember he even said that these people that are in the shafts, they must die like rats. So they must all die like rats. He doesn't have any remorse for these people that have died in the shafts, and all of them, they must basically die like rats. I remember even the leader of Action SA, Hemine Mashaba, he came out too to say that, me guys, I don't want to lie, I do not have any sympathy for these people that have died in the shafts. I don't care about these people that have died in the shafts because after all, they are committing the crimes. So it seems like Kunene and Hemine Mashaba are like they agree with each other. But when it comes to Kunene, some people are saying that Kunene, of course, we don't like the fact that some of these people are actually committing the crimes and are mining illegally in this country, because we know for a fact that a lot of these people are illegal miners. Let's not beat around the bush. We know that most of these people are illegal miners, are illegal South Africans. So, Kunene, people are saying that, okay, we understand your anger and frustration towards what is happening in Stilfontein, but it seems like you are taking it too far. This is what people are saying, that you are taking it too far. And there are other people that are saying, no, Kunene is right. These people must be skinned and hanged. And this is what some of the people that are basically debating about right now. So it seems like there's an organization that is not happy about the utterances of Kunene, and that organization, it is the Economic Freedom Fighters, because the Economic Freedom Fighters have actually released a statement saying that they are taking Kunene to the South African Human Rights Commission for those remarks. So we are going to read the statement of the EFF, but I actually want us to read this caption because I found this caption to be very, fascinating. It says that the EFF to report the City of Johannesburg MMC Kunene to the South African Human Rights Commission for remarks regarding slaughter and skinning of illegal miners. And he continued to say that as a former convict himself who stole the money of the poor through fraud and Ponzi schemes, Kunene does not have the moral authority to speak on what sanctions ought to be imposed for those who have been alleged to have stolen the wealth of South Africa. As a former convict himself who stole the money of the poor through fraud and Ponzi schemes, Kunene does not have the moral authority to speak on what sanctions ought to be imposed for those alleged to have stolen the wealth of South Africa. And the EFF continues to say that okay, let me highlight it. It continues to say that Kunene should have the grace to appreciate the legal systems of South Africa, which afforded him a second chance after he stole the money of the vulnerable people. Otherwise, under these barbaric proposals, he too would have been slaughtered, skinned, and hung to dry like an animal. So the EFF is not happy about what Kunene has basically said about skinning these people and hanging these people that are stealing from South Africans. The EFF comes out to say that no, you cannot say that about illegal foreigners. You know that we love the illegal foreigners. We are going to defend these people. We are going to defend the illegal foreigners. We don't care if this whole possession of ours on illegal foreigners has made us unpopular to some of South Africans, but we are sticking with this issue of ours of illegal foreigners. We are going to defend the illegal foreigners, and we are not going to say anything about the fact that these people are committing crimes in this country. No, this is not what the EFF is worried about. We are going to sit here and actually look for the people that are going to say nasty things about these people that are committing crimes in South Africa, and we are going to take these people to the South African Human Rights Commission. We are not going to take the people that are committing crimes in this country to the South African Human Rights Commission, but the people that are talking about the people that are committing the crimes. So this is the whole stance of the EFF. So on the statement, it says that I'm not going to read the whole statement because I feel like we have the gist of what the EFF actually feels about what Kunene has basically said. It says that the EFF to report the City of Johannesburg MMC Kunene to the South African Human Rights Commission for remarks regarding slaughter and skinning of illegal miners. It says that the Economic Freedom Fighters has noted with a disgust the formerly Twitter post by MMC of Transport of the City of Johannesburg and proclaimed Deputy President of the Patriotic Alliance, known as the Patriotic Alliance, Kunene, which expresses the intention to slaughter, skin, and hang those who have alleged to be illegal miners in South Africa. In what can be described as a harmful and disgraceful attempt at seeking public and electoral favor by using hate, Kunene on the 19th of January 2025 posted on his X account an image of what appears to be two sheep which have been slaughtered, skinned, and hung on hooks, and suggested that this is the fate that awaits illegal miners when the political party leads assumes the power. When the political party he leads assumes the power. So the EFF is very clear on the stance to say that, guys, we are not happy about what Kunene has said, and we are taking this guy to the Human Rights Commission. So Kunene yesterday he did respond to the EFF, and I say that this is I find this response to be very funny from Kunene because he's not holding back. If anything, he's doubling down on what he has said. So I don't know, man, guys. How do you feel about this back and forth of the EFF and Kunene? So this is what Kunene is saying to the EFF after the EFF has threatened to take him to the South African Human Rights Commission.
One.
Patriots, South Africans, you might have been aware that the rascal leader, Julius Mamina Malema, has taken out...
You're not going to say the rascal leader, man. Julius Mamina Malema. Kunene is paid, man. He's paid.
One.
Patriots, South Africans, you might have been aware that the rascal leader, Julius Mamina Malema, has taken out a statement through his cult that they are threatening to take me to the Human Rights Commission when I air our views and our manifesto point that those who do treason to our country must face death penalty. I am not fazed by the actions of Malema. He has showed in many times, on many occasions, that he is a lover of illegal foreigners. He is a lover of illegal foreigners. He protects illegal foreigners. These illegal foreigners who are mining our gold underground illegally, when they come out of the underground like rats, they go and rape young South Africans, they rob South Africans, they kill and murder South Africans. We saw in the West End when they raped young girls who were trying to make a living. This Mamina Malema was nowhere to be seen. So we are not faced as the Patriotic Alliance. Our stance is very clear that all illegal foreigners must be deported, abahambe, and our position is very clear. Illegal foreigners who steal the wealth of this country will be hanged. Death penalties by injection or hanging, but those will be hanged. We choose to hang them unapologetically when we are in power. This wealth belongs to South Africans to pay for free education, to increase the payouts of pensioners, and to build this country and its infrastructure. So we know that Malema is an enemy of South Africans. He hates South Africans. We love South Africans and we put them first. Salute on Baizani. Abahambe!
So this is the response that is coming from Patriotic Alliance. This is the response that is coming from Patriotic Alliance. Because me personally, guys, I don't want to lie. Like, okay, I don't like what these people are doing, because first of all, they are embarrassing our government and they are basically setting a bad precedent for what's about to come. I've already predicted that we are going to experience another Stilfontein, and I am 100% sure that we are going to experience Stilfontein, and I'm quite worried about the response of South African government, especially on the issues that has to do with crime. It seems like these people are just the simps that are just waiting to capitulate to the criminals. So I'm quite concerned as a South African about that. I'm quite concerned about that. And when it comes to the likes of Kunene and the rhetoric that they use, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about saying that these people must die like rats underground. They must die like rats underground. But after all, I understand that this is politics. These people are just playing to their constituency. So right now, it seems like Patriotic Alliance is basically fighting for South Africa, and it seems like the EFF is fighting for the illegal foreigners, and which is the position that is always, like, it weakens the EFF. Every time the EFF takes this position, when it has to do with the illegal foreigners, they become unpopular. People will say that, okay, we do not agree with the rhetoric of Kunene, but we actually want justice. We actually want the South African government to be tough. But we are not going to defend these people that are committing the crimes. Just like with that issue, you remember that issue of that nurse and that Zimbabwean patient? People were saying that, okay, we as South Africans, we have experienced the bad treatment from our nurses, but still, we are going to stand with those nurses against these people that come outside of this country and come into this country and start making the demands. We are not going to allow the Zimbabweans to make the demands to our nurses. We know that even ourselves, we have experienced bad treatment from our nurses, but we are going to stand with our nurses. So I guess this is the same thing when it comes to Kunene. Some people are saying that, okay, it's fine. I do not agree with the rhetoric of Kunene, people dying like rats and hanging and skinning people. I do not agree with that rhetoric. But at the same time, I am going to stand with Kunene when he stands for South Africa. I am not going to stand with the EFF when they defend illegal foreigners, because they are saying nothing about the fact that the crime has been committed. So this is what people are basically debating on. I don't know, guys. Tell me, what about you? What do you think about this whole back and forth between Patriotic Alliance and the EFF? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button. And the most important part is subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.